Peace. This is about Michael Jackson's nephew files to keep guardianship of his youngest son, Blanket. So, as you know, the children had lost their father in 2009, and of course, Michael Jackson's nephew had to raise Blanket while Catherine Jackson, Michael's mother, had to raise Paris and her brother. Prince Michael Jackson, better known as Blanket, will remain under the guardianship of his uncle T.J. Jackson for the next few months before he's able to be on his own. So Prince Jackson, better known as Blanket, is going to be staying under his uncle T.J. Jackson for the next few months because he will remain under the guardianship of T.J. According to court documents obtained by The Blast, TJ filed an updated letters to guardianship with the court this week. The filing is a bit of formality as TJ has been at least Prince's co-guardian since 2012. So there were court documents obtained by The Blast. TJ had filed an updated letters of guardianship with the court this week. The filing is a bit of formality, and of course, TJ has been at least Prince's co-guardian since 2012. So I guess whoever was raising Blanket as well, he became the co-guardian as well. The guardianship docs give TJ the option to extend the guardianship of Blanket past the age of 18, but he did not request that. So TJ could have had the option to extend the guardianship of Blanket past the age of 18, but he didn't. And here is Blanket, Michael Jackson's young son, and Michael's nephew, TJ, as well. So TJ has been taking care of Blanket all this time as well. Instead, the doc says that guardianship of the person automatically ends when the child reaches the age of 18, is adopted, marries, is emancipated by court order, enters into active military duty, or dies. So the docs are saying says the guardianship of person automatically ends when the child reaches of 18. And of course, Prince Jackson is 17 years old. And of course, when he reaches the age of 18, his adopted marriages are emancipated by court order, enters into active military duty, or dies. So he's under TJ's guardianship for now until he's 18 years old. Blanket will turn 18 next February. So Blanket will be 18 years old in February. The court filing also includes a document that lays out TJ's duties as a guardianship. But of course, there's going to be a lot of responsibilities when somebody takes guardianship. Under the heading Fundamental Responsibilities, the document states the guardian of the person of a child has the care, custody, and control of the child. As guardian, you are responsible for providing food, clothing, shelter, education, and all the medical and dental needs of the child. You must provide for the safety, protection, and physical and emotional growth of the child. So that's what T.J. Jackson has to do. He has to provide all those things for Blanket. And of course, it's a lot of responsibilities for him, but he has to do it because, he filed documents to have legal guardianship of Blanket. So that means he has to have the care, custody, and control of the child as a guardian. And of course, TJ will be responsible by providing food, clothing, shelter, education, and all the medical and dental needs of the child. So that's what TJ Jackson has to do. He must provide the safety for Blanket as well. The document also says that TJ is given full legal and physical custody and that the child's parents can no longer make decisions for their child while there is a guardianship. Yeah, so the parents have no say in it whatsoever, so they have to stay out of it. The document also says that TJ is given full legal and physical custody of Blanket. So that's what he wanted, was the full custody of him. And of course, he is getting that. When Catherine Jackson first filed for guardianship of Blanket, as well as Paris and Prince, she stated that the children have no relationship with their biological mother. Well, Debbie Rowe is the mother of the two oldest children, Paris and Prince. Blanket came from a surrogate mother. We don't know who that surrogate mother is because there was no name put out there or anything like that. And of course, with Catherine Jackson first filed guardianship of Blanket, she stated that the children have no relationship with their biological mother. Well, that's not true because Paris and Prince, they have been in contact with their biological mother. Well, at least Paris has, but I don't know about Prince Jackson, the oldest son. So she has been having contact with her mother, Debbie. So I don't know why they're saying that the children have no relationship with their biological mother. But with Blanket, we don't know who the surrogate mother is, because it never came out. The document also outlines how the guardian is responsible for the child's education, housing, and medical treatment, and even holds the guardian liable for the harm and damages caused by the willful misconduct of a child. So yeah, the document had to outline certain things about the guardianship, of being responsible for the child's education, housing, and medical treatment, and even holds the guardian liable for the harm and damages that are caused by willful misconduct of a child. So all these responsibilities that TJ Jackson have to do on the documents is what he has to do to take care of Blanket until he turns 18 in February. When Michael Jackson died in 2009, his mother, Catherine, was granted guardianship of all three of his children. TJ was made a co-guardian of Blanket in August 2012. Prince and Paris were over 18 by that point, and Catherine resigned her position as guardian a few months later, leaving TJ as the sole guardian of Blanket. Yeah, so after Michael Jackson had died in 2009, his mother was going to get guardianship of all three of his children, but TJ was made co-guardian of Blanket in August 2012 at that time. And of course, during that time, Prince and Paris were over 18 by then. Catherine did resign her position. I guess it's because she was not feeling well half the time or something. I don't know. And of course, TJ was the sole guardian of Blanket after that. Catherine was no longer needed to fulfill the duties that were necessary when joint guardians were appointed on September 14, 2012. The court document read, "Given her own age and the fact that Blanket is now 15 years old, Catherine feels that TJ is able to assume all necessary responsibility, the guardianship." So when Blanket was 15 years old at the time, Catherine was no longer needed to fill her duties that were necessary when the joint guardianship were appointed on September 14, 2012. She resigned her position. She was no longer needed. And so TJ Jackson had took over to take guardianship of Blanket, and now he will take care of Blanket until he's, like I said, until he's 18 in February. So Blanket is going to get all the loving care from TJ, Michael Jackson's nephew. I don't know, I don't remember which one of the brothers has the son TJ, because it's one of the other Jackson brothers. I know that much, but I don't remember which one it was. But, and of course, with Catherine given her own age and the fact that Blanket is now 15 years old, but not really, because Blanket is now 17 years old now. But this is when he was 15 years old at the time. Leave your comments below. I am out.